racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Monday, October 13th races at Hastings. Big day, 4 stakes races on our 8-race program. Things get underway at 150. Excellent card. We got championship honors in the balance. A couple of the categories are still in limbo, whether who's going to win. Top dog at the end of the year, but everything will be answered after today's card. It'll be a good day.
Absolutely. This is kind of, as we're winding down our meet, this is one of our last big days. If you're looking to go out to Hastings, this is a great day to go, the holiday Monday. As Mike mentioned, 8 races on tap, starts at 150.
Yep.
First race starts at 150, and in the first race, nice sight way into the first race. 3-year-olds and up 4,000, non-winners at 3 lifetime, going 6.5. I've landed on the 4 Chester's Golds. Only got beat a length by Uncle Willard in the non-2-8 category last time, or non-3-8, sorry. Drops into the non-3-4. Leading rider Amadeo Perez looks pretty tough out of the Male Snow Barn. The second spot, I went with a horse that just got beat by Chapel Boy in the non-3 $4,000 level out of the Craig McPherson barn. Regular rider Richard Hamill on Sterling Remark. Got a good style, lays close, 6.5 race, doesn't seem to be a lot of speed. He might even end up on the engine and run him down to try and win it. 4-6, and in the third spot, I think it's those two, and then you can kind of throw in somebody for third. I put in Promise Glory out of the Forster barn. He doesn't, he wants to go longer. This is a horse with a big, long kind of running move. He is shortening up, but he has hit the board in every start this year.
He's a cool horse. He banked 20 G's.
Yeah, he's made 21,000.
Dad's done good with this horse. This is a horse that didn't run higher than 5,000 all year. Yeah, shows you can do some good with a $5,000 claimer.
Yeah, for a cheap little guy, he tries hard every time. He's like his mom, Gold Accent. She was a real trier. And 10 starts this year, 2 wins, 4 seconds, 4 thirds. He hits the board every time. So I put him in third spot. I got 4, 6, and 2.
I just flip-flopped your top 2, Drew. I went to the 6, Sterling Remark. I think this horse will get the lead. I think you're on to there isn't a lot of speed in this race. Sterling Remark, is he the best horse in the race? He's pretty close, but if he isn't, I think his running style may get him to be the best horse at the end of this one because he is speed. There isn't a lot of speed in here at all. So I'm going to think Richard Hamill's just going to put him on the lead. Play catch me if you can, and he's been very good in his last 2, and I think he can win again. I put the 4-horse Chester's Gold, who will be the one sitting, waiting to pounce just in behind Sterling Remark, and Amadeo Perez certainly won't hurt his chances. So I got him in for second, and I put the 5-horse Run Stormy Run in for third. I was between Run Stormy Run, Hail to Jack, and Promise Glory for third. I think they're all interchangeable. Hail to Jack might be a good long shot. This horse does have a little bit of back class and might wake up. Jeff might be able to get this horse in play early, and that could help his chances. But I went to the 6. I think that with his running style, Sterling Remark's going to be awfully tough to beat. I went 6, 4, and 5 in the Monday opener. On to the second race. Got some $35,000 2-year-old maidens here going 6.5 furlongs. Good betting race. 8 of them signed on. I went to the 1, Aditya. Aditya is, I think, named after a Hindu sun goddess or something like that. But,
wow, Mike with a little bit of trivia here for us.
Yes. But you can Google it. That's all I did. I didn't know. Believe me.
Religious deities. Very nice.
Alex, can I have religious deities for 200? Yes. Aditya. Good runner-up effort last time to Bluegrass Anchor. That was a quick heat. I mean, this horse is live. Horse repeats that race. It must win. I mean, this is a lot.
Easier horse
spot for Aditya. Good pedigree. Mass market out of a remarkable miss who won a pile of races at Hastings, a multiple stakes winner as well. So the pedigree is there. Definitely live as Aditya for Mike Anderson. I put the 8-horse. This is the moment. Another Mike Anderson runner. I think he's holding all the aces in this race. Richard Hamill re-rides. Didn't get the best of trips in his debut behind stablemate Aditya last time, and hopefully a better trip from the outside post. Did check. It was wide and then checked at the 16th pole. This horse had kind of an adventurous trip, and hopefully a better one for him. He's got talent, and I think you need him. And I put the 7-horse Mo Can Do It, who finally gets in a maiden race. He's been in 4 stakes races in his brief 4-race career, and gets in against by far the easiest company, or easier company he's ever faced. So I put that one in for third. I went 1, 8, and 7.
I got the same horses. The 1, Aditya, of the Mike Anderson barn. a good second behind Bluegrass Angus, as you mentioned. He's your horse to beat in here. I put Mo Can Do It in the second spot. As you mentioned, every start he's had, he's running a stake. Now he drops in for a maiden 35, gets Amadeo Perez. Looks like he's a horse that can make some noise in here. And this is the moment. The other Mike Anderson runner, same horses as you. Richard Hamill sticks with him. A lot of things to like about him too, the 8 horse. I got 1, 7, 8.
The only stranger, maybe the 3, Kiss Him Goodbye. I'm going to give that one a little bit of a long shot chance. Has some speed. Been running against better horses this year, and you might want to keep an eye on that one. And this horse has speed, and just in case someone doesn't get out there, this horse could get to the top.
Yeah, Jacuzzi Bob, Party Pooper, Lord Rosberg, Merlot.
Exit some live heats, and might be worth following as well.
On to the third, Fillies and Mares, non-winners of 2 lifetime, going a mile and a tick. And I've landed on the 4, Zanita Rose. Just missed last time to be remarkable. Amadeo Perez sticks with for trainer Sandra Loseth. Zanita Rose looks very tough in here. The second spot, I put Classic Cheese out of the Barb Heads barn. Exits that same race. Wasn't an ideal trip. Classic Cheese is going to win one of these days. Keyshawn Valgobin takes over for Frank Fuentes. I like Classic Cheese. And Lago de Como, I put in the third spot our good friend George Morgan's horse. Another filly that likes to go long. Only got beat. Exits that same race. They're all kind of coming out of the same race. Only got beat a couple lengths in the last one. Another one that eventually is going to hit this condition. But I got 4, 5, and 6 in the third.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you're getting down to the end of the year where the non-winners of 2 races are coming up quite soft. And you know, these horses they're
kind of the same race every week, and everybody takes their turn at
got to be a little creative. You have to respect the class droppers that when they do surface, but there isn't any in this race. They've all kind of run against each other.
Pretty much the same race.
I agree with your Zanita Rose. That's the horse to beat. If she runs that last race back, unless someone jumps up and runs a lot better. But I mean, these horses have had a lot of chances to get out of this condition, so it's a likely chalky favorite type exactor in here. I put the 3, Queen Militant. I gave her a shot, and the 5, Classic Cheese for third. But yeah, I think Zanita Rose is definitely the horse, and the rest of them are just kind of equal. I went 4, 3, and 5. On to the 4th race.
Nice little race here.
It is a good race. 1.5 mile marathon race. Nice big pot here, $20,000 for the $5,000 optional type horses. If you've been in the series before and made yourself eligible, you can run protected. And I ended up on the 3 horse Say Fabulous. Does show being protected, but I don't know if the horse can be protected. It was claimed last time.
Mine is 5,000.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, good. Yeah, no, because mine come up empty.
Yeah, mine's a newer one, and it's 5,000.
I got all the old stuff. Yeah. I'm kind of an older guy, but anyway, Say Fabulous looks like the horse to beat. Amadeo Perez rides. Whenever this horse gets to the front, this horse is generally pretty dangerous. This horse can run fast fractions and keep going, even at 1.5 miles. This horse has shown that in the past. That he's run 46 opening halves and still right there at the end,
still
going 1 mile and 3/8 and 1.5 miles. So he's a cool horse. And with Tommy Danziger not participating in this leg, this race has come up considerably easier. So Say Fabulous is race to win or lose. I put the 2, Talkish Charm, took advantage of a very hot pace last time and might get one in here. We'll see, but Talkish Charm must be respected. Freddie Manrique rides for Larry Potosny and Dave Dahl. Definitely a live connections here. And I put the 5 horse vying for glory in for third. I don't know where to go for third. Big Jim vying for glory, Captain Salt. They're all kind of similar. Lord Harlow. But I just think Say Fabulous is up here. Talkish Charm's there, and then the rest are just a little here. But you know, 1.5 miles. If a quarter goes wrong in a race, like for Say Fabulous, some horse runs off, you know, it can wreck that horse. Because I mean, horses can't go a quick quarter from the half to the 3/4 of a 1.5 mile race and keep going. So it's a tricky race. But I went 3, 2, 5.
I agree with Say Fabulous. He's going to be the controlling speed in here. As you mentioned, he's been pressured before and kept going. He's going to get the lead. He's probably going to be very tough to get by down the lane. Amadeo Perez, leading rider, goes with him in here, and he looks like
he ran well last time.
He got second behind Tommy Danziger last time, so he's your horse. I put Big Jim, Hall of Fame trainer Alan May saddles Big Jim. There's only one horse in this race that's even ran 1.5 miles. It's Say Fabulous. He's ran it 3 times. Big Jim only tried running long here once, but he was running long in California. And his last long race in California was for 12.5. He only got beat a half a length.
He looks like a horse that will run kind of horses too, because he's a big. If you see him in the pack, he's a big, long-backed horse, and he
feels like he should go all day.
Should run. He's just for whatever reason has been sprinting, but.
Alameda and a rider, Scott Williams, in town for the big day. Rico Walcott's in town. Both of them made the trip from Alberta. But Scott Williams and Alameda have always done very well together. So I like Big Jim in the 7th spot. And Talkett's Charm, as you mentioned, nice win last time. If it's hot up front, he will be rolling late. Yeah. And he could get a piece of it, or maybe all of it. I got 3, 4, and 2 in the 4th. On to the 5th, the Ballerina. We get into the Stakes Company. Ballerina for fillies and mares.
Grade 3, one of our few graded races here at Hastings, but a grade 3 here.
Mile and an 1/8, and I've gone to number 4, Madeira Park. Strung together 3 wins in a row. I think she was maybe just a little too sharp, and in the Delta Colleen was running off with Rico a little bit, and just it didn't seem like her day. They're not going to win every race. You toss that one out. I still think she's the horse to beat in here. She's run a mile and 1/8 4 times. She's 50% with a 3rd in there as well, and she'll get the distance. She's got the class. Rico Walcott, Dave Forster's won this race numerous times. I like Madeira Park on top. I put Ole's Miss in the 2nd spot, another one. She never wins by much, but she wins. She's won over half her starts, 9 starts, 5 wins. Comes off a win in the Oaks. Logical to give her a shot against the older girls in the Ballerina. Amadeo Perez sticks with her. And the 3rd spot, Lockett, the horse that beat Madeira Park last time. Hard trying little filly, always right there. I don't know if she can repeat that effort today. I think Madeira Park turns the tables on her. I got 4, 3, and 2.
Yeah, I agree. I think Madeira Park's the horse to beat. You know, your assessment is perfect. I mean, the horse was, I don't know if it was over racing, but just proved that you can't just go 3 wide the whole race and win.
Yeah.
She's the best filly on the grounds, no doubt, or best mare on the grounds. But she still needs a careful ride. She can't just be misused or
it's still, it's a graded race.
It just shows like she ran, 3rd, beating a bunch of lengths last time, and she can't do that. She has to be carefully rated, and then she'll produce a good move. Like she won the Ballerina last year, and she's going to be favored to do it again. I think she will. She did give away 9 or 8 pounds to Lockett last time. She gave away 7 to a Wanda woman. She gives away absolutely 0 today. Yeah. They all carry 122 pounds, which is a big thing for Madeira Park, and she's the best horse. And I know, if Dave wanted to lose a race, it would be that one. If he had to lose one, he had to pick one to lose. You want to lose that one.
Yeah, exactly.
If I have to lose one of the last 2, let's lose that one. But I mean, not you're ever trying to lose, but I mean, it's just unfortunate. The trip was 3 wide. There was no pace. He wanted to chase Saturday Night Ride, and it ended up, hurting the horse's chances.
It's got nice easy work coming into it at 102, so you're getting her to relax.
I think she'll be sitting in 3rd or 4th, perfect, covered up, down the back stretch, be creeping up, just like she did when she won last year, split horses, and won the money going away. And I think Madeira Park's your horse to beat. I put the 2 Lockett. Philly's turned the corner. I don't know.
Big effort last time.
That was huge. That last 1/8 of a mile was pretty fast. I don't know if it was 11 4/5, but it was, as the chart shows, but it was pretty quick still. She was running away from horses. She looked good. Keyshawn Balgobin gave her a perfect ride. She sat on the rail, never went around a horse. Just scooted up the inside. Everyone kept getting out of the way, and this horse shot up the inside. And but this horse was a lot of horse. She was the best. I mean, she was the best that day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I gotta give her another shot again today. And I put the 3 Ole Smiths. I don't know how tough the 3-year-old division was. Arabella's Muse, Irish Lyric was 2nd. I don't know how tough that division was, and I don't know how tough the older mare division is. When it's nice to see them kind of join together, and we'll see how which ends up being the tougher of the 2. But I put Ole Smith in for 3rd, just out of respect for the connections. And she's a nice filly. I mean, she wins races. She doesn't win by a lot, but she knows how to win.
She always just gets there. Yeah, she
knows where the wire is.
She's never going to win by 5. She gets up and wins by a head, by a neck.
It's nice to see Jim Penny come up, Hall of Famer with Madame Pele. You got Wanda Woman, who's a cool mile and an 1/8 horse. Touching Promise, might like the slot. Gets Mario Gutierrez. And
Super Mario in town. Yeah, I said Scott Williams in town, Rico Walcott, and of course Super Mario comes into town from California. He's been on fire down there too. He won 3.
He's been riding. Well, he's a nice rider. He's just getting. It depends on the mounts you get, and he's getting some nice mounts, and he's winning races. And Saturday Night Ride, who was a champion over in Alberta, struggled in her first race back at racing, but it's a really good Ballerina. Nice 7-horse field. It's a good race. I don't see a pile of speed in the race, but I see them, comfortable fractions. And but Madeira Park's the horse at equal weights. I mean, she won it last year. You got to beat her. Victory goes through Madeira Park. If any mare, you got to run better than Madeira Park to win it. Yeah. On to the 6th race. This is the fantasy for 2-year-old fillies going a mile and a 16th. Field of 9 signed on, and I ended up on the 7-horse Rockport Dancer. Pretty impressed with her career debut.
Big race,
running third, got in trouble at the far turn. She was moving through on the inside of, I think it was Remarkable Lady, or the one out of Remarkable Miss that Patty Leaney has, and had to check. Came around, not check severely, but just lost momentum. Came around and then kept running and ended up running on to third. But I mean, these horses have been running a pile of times. Finality's Charmer and Splendid Scat, far more seasoning, and she's worked well since. Amadeo was working her going into that race. I do know that. And couldn't ride her because he rode I think it was Quattrocat that he rode, which I don't blame him. She'd won 2 stakes.
She had just come second,
she'd already, I think she'd win a stake or two.
Yeah, she had won the debut.
But Rockport Dancer is really live, and I think the pedigree says mile and 16th. There's going to be a pile of speed in here. I expect Rockport Dancer to be a last early or second to last or one of the back markers early and come flying late. I mean, she showed she's a quality filly the way she ran in the futurity. I put the 9-horse Splendid Scat in for second. Good runner-up effort behind her stablemate, Finality's Charmer. It's Richard Hamill after that run. Jeff gave her a great ride. Jeff did everything right, but Richard's the first call rider for Craig, and I know Jeff understands that. And
he gets tossed.
He got tossed to the curb, but I mean that happens in this game all the time. And trainers get fired by owners, and trainers fire riders. It's just it's not about being fired.
Ask anybody not named John Velasquez who rode one for Todd Fletcher.
That's right.
Or not named Russell Bays that rode one for Hollendorfer.
That's right. But this horse. Richard's the first car rider, and if this horse is going to run long, it's a Scat Daddy out of an El Corridor mare. I mean, the pedigree is there to go a distance, but the only thing is positioning. We'll see if Richard's excellent at doing that. He'll get this horse into some sort of spot, but it looks like there's some speed in the race. And I put the 5, Ambleside Park, in for third. Rico Walcott rides. Good runner-up effort to Sheikbird. Loses Amadeo Perez to Rockport Dancer, but that's kind of a tough decision. I mean, there's 3 or 4. It's a wide open race, but a lot of them are like. I just see speed. That's the one thing I see in here, Drew, is speed. I see the one.
Quite a bit of
Zip
gas.
one. I just find it's winning going 3.5 furlongs. I see Quattrocat going. I see Bold and Lovely near the pace. I see the Tenant who just finished winning going 3.5. I see a lively pace, and whichever filly can rate and relax will win the money.
I got the same horses. I put Splendid Scat on top. Actually, I got the same horses. We talked about going a mile and 16th, and we both picked the Fusiachi Pegasus, the Rockport Harbor, and the Scat Daddy.
And those are the ones. That's the pages. Those are the pages that run long. Capilano won this race, the dam of Ambleside Park, I believe.
She's also half sister to Madeira Park. She runs the race after. I put Splendid Scat on top. Finale's Charmer is the monster in this category, in the 2-year-old filly category, and she almost got her last time. Ran a big race, moves to Richard Hamill, who's on fire with Craig McPherson, and as you mentioned, Richard's probably going to like having the 9-hole where he can see what happens. There's good, decent run to the first turn, and he can see what happens, kind of find a spot. I put Ambleside Park in the second spot, as I mentioned, the Fusiachi Pegasus filly. All the family are stakes winners. They'll run long. Connections, Forrester, and Rico Walcott, as you mentioned, loses Amadeo to Rockport Dancer, but no shame in getting Rico
Walcott. No, you get Rico. That's a good thing.
And I put Rockport Dancer in the third spot. I think they're kind of interchangeable. I gave Splendid Scat the nod just because of the big effort last time. I went 9, 5, and 7, but I'll have all 3 on my ticket, that's for sure. In the fantasy. On the premiers, the older boy stake, going a mile and 3/8. And field of 9, I got to spread out my pages here. And I've gone to the 9-horse. I took a bit of a flyer on a good friend Wayne Oliver's Wilo Cat. I think he'll like the distance. I think there's enough speed in here. Amadeo's going to sit on him, make a nice move, and if things start to fall apart up front, I think Wilo Cat, I think he's coming to the race well. Nice work the other day in 112. I think I'm kind of going against the grain here, trying to get a bit of a price horse. Underleading rider Amadeo Perez, who knows him well. Taking a shot on Wilo Cat. Put Mr. Bowling in the second spot. Mario Gutierrez has rode this horse twice. He's won both times. He suits this horse like a glove. Another horse that's going to be coming into this race very well. Nice 59-2 work on October 5th. This is the reason Mario's coming up here. He's coming up to win this race, and he's going to be a handful. In the third spot, I put Alert Bay. Your BC Derby winner. Won that race going away by a couple lengths. Coffee Grinder, a horse I didn't mention. Could be a handful in here too, but the connections there, Rico Walcott and Anita Bolton are having a very strong year as well. I went 9, 1, and 7, leaving out the 2 horses, 3 horses that I didn't mention, Coffee Grinder. Not a great trip in the Derby. A little bit better luck. He could be right there. He's a very nice horse. Prohibition, I know that the connections are very high on him. I think he's going to run a corker under Alex Bisono. And Mysterious Soul, a horse who ran second to Mr. Bowling last time, ran a huge race under Richard Hamill. He gets Keyshawn Belgobin, which is, Keyshawn's riding very well right now, so don't leave him off your ticket either. I got 9, 1, and 7. But as I mentioned, 3, 6, and 8 all have a very good shot as well.
No, it's a good race. This is a really good renewal. There's no one. It's really tough to draw a line through anyone.
Yeah.
You know, with no disrespect to anyone. I mean, the only one I can't even put a line through anyone. They're all good, solid horses that.
Remember to Breathe is one that maybe you toss out, and he just ran a huge race going a mile and 3/8 in Alberta. So.
Yeah, no, it's a tough race, but. I loved Coffee Grinder in the Derby.
Yeah.
I'm going back. I got to go back. He got a brutal trip in the Derby. He did. I know Richard didn't want to be, the rail got him. But Richard didn't want to be 9 lengths back and give Alert Bay 7 lengths head start, which it's an impossible to beat a very quality horse like Alert Bay. Maybe you can't beat Alert Bay at all. I don't know. But I mean, I want to see it with Coffee Grinder sitting in front of him.
Getting a better trip.
Or at least close to him.
With him, yeah.
But going a mile and 3/8, you start in front of the stands the first time. You got the 3-hole, Alert Bay's got the 7-hole, if the 3-year-olds are good enough, which I think they are.
Yeah.
I wasn't in love with the older horse division. I think the older horse division
pretty
was
decent crop.
Decent, but just not above average. But these are nice 3-year-olds. These are nice 3-year-olds that are getting a break. Actually, it's a handicap. Alert Bay kind of took the worst of it here, 119 pounds. He has to carry, it's a 3-year-old that's the high weight in here.
Yeah.
But I like Coffee Grinder. I think that's the horse. Yeah. He showed me a lot of moxie. Running second against like the grain of the track, against the circumstances of the race. I know Alert Bay won the money and got all the pictures taken, but I think Coffee Grinder in my mind was still the best horse. But maybe Alert Bay had more in the tank. I may be wrong, but Coffee Grinder gets a better draw at a mile and 3/8. I think this horse is better suited to going a mile and 3/8. He's a lovely built horse that just looks like he wants to run all day.
He does.
I gotta go Coffee Grinder over Alert Bay. I put Mr. Bowling in for third. He got the nice trips. Went through on the inside of Mysterious Soul. He sat behind Mysterious Soul, Commander, and Don't Mess with Kitten with the 3 horses on the head end fighting, and Mario gave Mr. Bowling a perfect trip.
Absolutely, Mario won that race that
got
day,
the money. I don't know if Mr. Bowling wants to run 11 furlongs either. I don't know, but I know Mysterious Soul does. I didn't pick him top 3, but the Perfect Souls love a mile and a half, mile and 3/8. Like they're good distance horses, but we'll see if he's enough quality, and that's the issue. But I got to take the 2 3-year-olds on top. I want Coffee Grinder, Alert Bay, and Mr. Bowling. I think Coffee Grinder is going to be a nice little price. I left Wilo Cat off the ticket. I can see him winning. Like he's a good mile and 3/8 horse as well. But drew the 9-hole. I can see him being last early in or if he's not last, he's going to be wide. And I just worry about position with him. Sometimes going 11 furlongs, post position doesn't matter. It matters on a bull ring.
Yeah, it does.
It matters.
And he seems to make
got the worst
big runs on big days. Like the year he ran in the Derby, he was making a huge move and got stopped.
He was best in the Derby, close to being best in the Derby. It was unfortunate that day. But that's the thing. When you come from off the pace, you fall victim to circumstances. And that's why speed horses win majority of the races at any racetrack. Because they stay clear. They're not necessarily the best horses, but they stay clear of trouble. Yeah. And Wilo Cat's had a history of trouble in his races. That's why he's won, 1 out of every 6 or 7 every year. But I mean, just because he comes from so far out of it. But anyway, let's move on to the final race, the Ascot Graduation for 2-year-olds. Colts and Geldings going a mile and a 16th. I'm going to go to the 3 Merlot. I'm going to be cheering for the 9 Lord Rosberg. I love Pat Jarvis. I love her sister Lillian and Gail Breckenridge. I mean, this is a great, not rags to riches story, but I mean, great. This is the little guy.
That's the good guy.
That got a nice horse that is undefeated. And, it's a nice horse. I mean, had a good trip. Got a better trip than Merlot last time. But from a handicapping point of view, if I'm going to tell you, the public, who you likely should bet on and not bet with your heart, but bet where the value is would be the 3 Merlot. And Merlot is the horse that had the little tougher trip than Lord Rosberg, and might be the one that appreciates a mile and a 16th more than Lord Rosberg. I'm not sure, but we'll see. But Lord Rosberg from the 9-hole might be beatable. And Merlot moving inside to the 3-hole, that's an advantageous spot. And get Scotty Williams for Dino Condolino. So I put the 7 O'Derrick. I was kind of between Mr. Rosberg. There's a few horses in here, but whichever one Amadeo chose, I was going to go to for third. He chose O'Derrick over Merlot, actually. Yeah. But I really think Merlot is the one that's going to come running on late. But that's just my feeling. But I put O'Derrick in for third. I went 3, 9, and 7, and what's my Bud long shot? What would be the Kokanee long shot, I should say?
Mr.
Blue Dancer, I guess. Greg Tracy coming over. They supplemented this horse too. They paid the money to get in the race. The 2-horse Blue Dancer with Rico Walcott.
He's a bluegrass
undefeated, lost one race, but was moved up by disqualification. Greg doesn't, come over with no horse.
He's not coming over for fun. Yeah.
No, he's coming over to win. And Mr. Rosberg's a cool horse too for Tracy McCarthy and Canmore Farms.
Gets Mario,
just a little lesser, class-wise. But this horse doesn't, and the pedigree's there. Miss Me Not used to like going long, and you get Mario, so that's kind of a bonus. So I don't know. I put Merlot on top. Though I went 3, 9, 7.
I got the same horses. I picked Merlot in the Futurity over Lord Rosberg, as you mentioned, trying to get a price. And
you were right, but you were you didn't win. But I mean, you were right. You were onto something there. But Lord Rosberg got the lead, had to earn it, but still got the lead and was clear of trouble. And Speed did well that day, where Comfortable Hinders were against it, and Merlot could only get second. But you were right. You didn't get, like I said, you didn't get the money, but you were right.
I didn't get embarrassed. That's
you were bang on.
But this time I'm going back. I'm going with Lord Rosberg.
No, you're wrong.
He's undefeated. Yeah, exactly. I know. Stop this poor horse. Richard Hamill's 3 for 3 on the horse. The horse is 3 for 3. He's going to be tough.
Can't go wrong.
He's going to be your favorite. I'm going to take him on top. It was between Merlot and O'Derrick for second. I went with O'Derrick. I'm just going with Amadeo Perez here.
Yep,
he had his choice, so I'll take O'Derrick. The only other horse in here, other than Lord Rosberg, has won more than one race. So I'll put O'Derrick in the second spot and Merlot in the third spot. Those are the horses in here. Those look like the 3 tough ones. 9, 7, and 3 for me in the nightcap on the big day, the holiday Monday. That'll do it for our analysis. Up next on Screen of Beer Picks, Mike, as always, you're first.
All right, let's go through our Monday picks. Back in race number 1, I went to the 6, Sterling Remark. I went 6, 4, 5. Race number 2, I went to the 1, I did ya. 1, 8, and 7. In the third race, I went to the 4, Zenito Rosa. Over the 3, Queen Militant, and the 5, Classic Cheese. In the fourth race, went to the 3, Say Fabulous. Over the 2 and 5. Fifth race, the Ballerina, went to the 4, Madeira Park. Over the 2, Locket, and the 3, Ollie's Miss. Sixth race, number 7, Rockport Dance. Over the 9, Splendid Scat, and the 5, Ambleside Park. Good rendition of the fantasy. Seventh race, the BC Premiers. I went to the 3, Coffee Grinder. Over the 7, Alert Bay, and the 1, Mr. Bowling. And then the 8th and final, the Ascot Graduation. Went to the 3, Merlot. Over the 9, Lord Rosberg, and the 7, O'Derrick. But should be some great stakes action. On to Drew's picks.
There we go. In the first, I went with the 4, Chester's Gold, over the 6 and the 2. In the second, I agree with Mike on number 1, Adicha, over the 7 and the 8. In the third, I'm again with Mike on number 4, Zanita Rose, over the 5 and the 6. In the fourth, number 3, Safe Fabulous, over the 4 and the 2. On to the stakes, the Ballerina, the 5th race. I went with number 4, Madeira Park, over the 3, Ollie's Miss, and number 2, Locket. The 6th, the Fantasy. I went with number 9, Splendid Scat, over the 5, Ambleside Park, and the 7, Rockport Dancer. The 7th, the Premiers. I went with number 9.
You got 9s. You're closing her out with the 9s.
Closing out. The late pick 3, take 9s. Number 9, Wilo Cat, over the 1, Mr. Bowling, and the 7, Alert Bay. And in the nightcap, the Ascot Graduation, the 8th race. I went with number 9, Lord Rosberg, over the 7, O'Derrick, and the 3, Merlot.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicapper's Corner on this Monday, October 13th edition. Don't forget, there's 4 live racing days left. Saturday and Sunday, October 18th and 19th, and then once again Saturday and Sunday, October 25th and 26th. So 4 more live racing days left on the 2014 calendar. If you can't make it out to the track on Monday, don't forget you can come right here to the Derby Bar and Grill. Jeff, Andy, and Drew will be here. We've got lots of simulcasting going on. Belmont's going on Saturday because it is a U.S. holiday as well. So lots of simulcasting as well as Hastings on the big screen here.
Yep. Absolutely, and if you do go down to Hastings for the big...
Don't forget to get the big tip sheet. Get down on the tarmac, got all our picks. Got the 2-for-1 Derby coupon, as well as the overnight on the back, so lots of great information as well. Once again, the big thing on there is the 2-for-1 Derby coupon. On behalf of Drew, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill for Handicapper's Corner.
God, he's brother's best friend of mine. And just a minute, boys, I got the feed box.